comment on this very quickly. So we pulled some, these charts are statistics that were compiled by a group, the CABIA. And what they've done primarily is they've taken a look at the statistics that are available on the LWDA website, that's public information, and they've compared information to an LWDA decided case compared to a case that is a PAGA case that is filed in court. And as an overview, they have found that the settlement payouts in the LWDA settled cases are much higher than what an employee would get if they retained a lawyer and filed a lawsuit. And I'm trying to pull so quickly here. It looks like that if you have a case where the LWDA is pursuing it, the employee receives 4.5 times greater amount than if they filed a PAGA lawsuit. The median seems to be a $5,700 recovery through the LWA compared to $1,300 in a court case. And even though workers are receiving higher awards from the LWDA decided cases, employers are paying out 29% less per award. On average, employers are paying $790,000 per LWDA decided case versus $1.1 million per PAGA court filed cases. And of course, there's no attorney's fees awarded when the LWDA pursues a case, and the amount of that is apportioned to attorney's fees in a PAGA court case is on average $372,000. Also,
Ian, if I could jump in, one thing I want to note on that, the LWDA takes very few of these cases. Those letters that the employees are required to send in to bring the PAGA case, and I think some of the stats that you're citing there, it was something like 56 cases out of these thousands of cases that are notified to the LWDA. Only a handful are being picked up by the LWDA. They're not getting involved in these cases at all. And basically, just the employee sends in that letter to the LWDA, and it goes unanswered. So 65 days after they send in that letter, they're entitled to proceed with their PAGA case.
Yep, that's correct. And so one of the other stats that I think is significant is that on average, employees will wait 12 months for their award from an LWDA decided case versus 23 months for an award in a court filed case. Anthony, let's move to this next slide. At the number 12 that shows the number of cases that are PAGA cases that are being filed from fiscal year 2016 through 2020, and you can see that there's just a dramatic increase in the amount of these PAGA cases that are being filed. And there's obviously a huge incentive for the plaintiff's attorneys in these cases because of the massive amounts of awards and attorney's fees that are given in the cases. The next slide shows the map of California in indicating how many cases are filed, and Los Angeles County is the number one highest area where PAGA cases are being filed. Then if we move on to this next slide, Anthony, I find this slide very interesting because it shows that the the revenues that are available to the LWDA over time and how much those revenues have increased. And they have increased because of the 75% of the penalties that are going back to the LWDA because of these PAGA court litigated cases. And I think it's significant now because one of the reasons why PAGA was enacted by the legislature is there was a lack of funds and resources at the LWDA to pursue these cases. So the legislature deputized private citizens to step in their shoes. Now with these funds, the massive amounts of money available to enforce the labor code, we're in a completely different scenario than where we were when PAGA was enacted way back in 2004.